Hi everyone, how are we going? This is good, this is nice, thank you. Before we get started, I just want to say what an awesome event Synco's put on. I'd like to thank Synco for having us, and it's such an amazing turnout. It's so exciting to see so many Koreans excited about cryptocurrency and blockchain. So it's awesome to have you here. Thank you for coming. So I'm Phil George, and I'm here to talk today about our project Bamboo. We're excited about blockchain too. We're excited about cryptocurrency, but we think that there's a massive problem. So we see all these amazing projects like the ones that you've heard about today, and we truly believe that they're going to change the world and how it works and how it operates. But there's a fundamental problem, and that problem is, does anyone actually know how to get involved in cryptocurrency? So I like to ask when I'm talking at these events, can people just raise their hand who's actually bought cryptocurrency on an exchange before? Just raise your hand. So that's actually an amazing number of people. Normally it's like 20%, but that's about half of the room. And how many of the people who have bought cryptocurrency thought, that's a really, really fun and enjoyable process. I hope I get to do that again sometime soon. Yep, that's about the same. No hands went up. Okay. It was a fun process. Good. There's a bit of delay with the translation, so that's okay. But most of the time what we see around the world is that people want to get involved in cryptocurrency, but they don't really know how, and if they do try to figure it out, they find that they don't really understand what they're doing, and they're a little bit scared. Sometimes they think that the money that they're going to put in, they might lose, and that's not a very fun process. And even if they do manage to buy cryptocurrency, they then have to figure out where to store it, what to put it, where to put it. And then they have to remember a passphrase that doesn't really mean anything to them. And then a few years later, they find out that, you know, maybe they bought Bitcoin a few years ago and maybe today it's worth a lot of money, but they can't remember where they put it. And that's not very fun. So the team at Bamboo thought, that's something that we need to solve. This is legal stuff. So I guess it's important that even though everyone in this room is excited about what's happening with blockchain and cryptocurrencies, it's important to remember that we're really just at the beginning. So only 0.29% of the world's entire money supply is actually within the cryptocurrency ecosystem at the moment. It really hasn't even begun. It's about half the value of Apple, which is just one company out of many thousands, millions. So we think that even though everyone here is excited, we haven't even begun yet. This is really the inflection point, the point at which all this really starts to take off. And we think that the problem is that only 0.5% of the world has ever interacted with cryptocurrency or blockchain technologies. 0.5%. So what about the other 99.5%? Well, it turns out that it's complex. It turns out that most people still don't understand what cryptocurrency and blockchain is, which is a problem because it's going to impact their lives. They are going to change the way that they live based on the technologies that we're talking about. And it doesn't really seem right that they don't have access to get involved in this cryptocurrency asset class because they don't yet understand it. So we thought we wanted to solve it. We want to solve it with simplicity, but that's hard. So we put together a team that we think can do it. So the team consists of myself. I'm the one on the top right-hand side. I'm ex-Uber, and I'm on the board of 2 Australian stock exchange listed companies, Department 13 and Whitehawk. Our co-founders are Peter, who's ex-Chevron and specializes in risk management. Simone, who's our people person, because we think that people are pretty important when it comes to running a company of people. And Nesh, who's the other co-founder, who's had a lot of experience growing tech products. We've got Will, who has had the last top 5 apps in the last 7 years on the App Store, which is pretty impressive. and then a bunch of blockchain understanding from Linus, who was involved in Filecoin, which was a $282 million token sale. Tom, Alex, who's engaging with Australian regulators on forming token law at the moment. We've got some advisors like Harrison, who's leading Uber Eats in Mexico at the moment, so he understands commercial growth. And we figured finance and legal is pretty important, so we've got one of the ex-directors of HSBC to help us out there. So what are we doing? If the problem is a lack of knowledge, if the problem is having to verify yourself, I'm not sure if you have to do it on Korean exchanges, but in Australia you have to take photos of yourself with a passport. Sometimes you have to sort of hold them next to your face, and you normally don't feel very attractive when you do that. It's not a fun process. And then if you do get verified, you have to transfer money into the exchange. And then once you have it, like I said, you've got to figure out where to store it. We want the solution to be as easy as downloading an app, putting in your details, and buying cryptocurrency. So this is how it works. We've built an app which allows you to plug your bank account into our system, and every time you make a purchase, we take the spare change, the 15 cents, the 36 cents, the leftover amounts, and we automatically purchase cryptocurrency assets on your behalf. Here's a demo of it working. Nope. Nope. I'm fighting with this thing, it's not working. No. Looks like the demo is not going to work, which is slightly less impressive than when it does work, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Okay. The point is that you can download an application, and within 45 seconds you can be up and running and purchasing a collection of cryptocurrency assets without going through all of the process that we've been talking about is a problem. So we talk about viability. What makes us think that this will work? What makes us think that this is an effective solution? Well, we've seen other companies do this before for things like the stock market. So in the United States, Acorns really started this method of investment by starting in 2012, and they've already established a $1.2 billion valuation by basically taking people's spare change and automatically investing it into the stock market. We've also seen startups like Coinbase, who have established a $1.6 billion valuation. I think that's out of date. And all they are is a cryptocurrency mobile exchange. Bamboo is a combination of an online cryptocurrency exchange and an automated investment platform in one. So we sort of sit in between Coinbase and Acorns in terms of our potential and our product market fit. Here's a summary of the different platforms that I'll go back one because I've got extra time because the video didn't work. Robinhood is the other one. It's an online trading platform that recently added cryptocurrency, and it makes it easy to buy single cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they recently established a $5 billion valuation just after they added cryptocurrency, which was interesting. So the landscape is this. Bamboo, Stash, and Acorns help people easily invest in a collection of things. Stash and Acorns is the share market. Bamboo automatically purchases a collection of cryptocurrencies. Robinhood allows you to buy individual things, individual Bitcoin, Ethereum, and shares. Coinbase is a mobile exchange platform for cryptocurrency only. Demand generation. So what we saw was in the hype of December, when everyone was wanting to get involved in cryptocurrency, Coinbase reported that they had 100,000 users register in one day. So there's obviously a demand for people to get involved. And we saw similar numbers in Korea, on Korean exchanges, on Binance. We all saw sometimes 1 million users signing up within a 1 week period. But what was interesting is that so many of these users who signed up didn't know what to do once they were signed up. They were met with a screen that said, do you want to buy BTC, ETH, LTC? These are letters that don't mean anything to most people. They've heard about cryptocurrency, but they don't really understand it. And they didn't know what to do. So they got 100,000 signups, but not many of those users ended up actually buying cryptocurrency. And we think that's a problem. So if we can make it simple, and there's 100,000 users signing up and they still don't understand, there's clearly a market here that needs to be met. Our token, what does it do on our platform? It is a payment token, which is similar to Binance. So every single time a user gets charged a fee on our platform, that fee is levied in the form of our BAM token. So each month, if a user has $1,000 stored on their platform, we charge a 0.5% fee for having automatically taken people's transactions, rounding up their spare change, and dollar cost averaging, which is typically a technique that's reserved for high net worth investors, that money into a collection of cryptocurrency assets. But that's the retail product. We also have a very interesting technology on the back end, which we call proof of solvency. And we like talking about proof of solvency because we think about what went wrong, and you've heard on the last group of guys that have been speaking about the 2008 financial crisis and all of the issues with leveraged financial systems and fractional lending. And the biggest problem with our current institutions is there's no transparency. There's no visibility of these companies actually having the money that they claim to hold. So proof of solvency is what we're introducing to demonstrate that the amount of assets that we claim to hold, we actually hold at all times, and it's provable. We can prove it, not every quarter or when a financial regulator knocks on our door and says, prove it, but constantly and transparently using the blockchain technologies that we all in this room believe in. And we think that that's very exciting. But we know it won't be easy. We understand that there's lots of challenges involved. So we've structured ourselves as an international company from day one because we want our product to be international. So we've worked with KPMG in Switzerland, which is where our company is based. We're a Swiss company. We've retained counsel in the United States with Reed Smith. In Australia, we've used the Fold Legal. And we've already got a powerful group of initial supporters from Australia, including Bitcoin advisors and ASX-listed Digital X, who have been involved in a number of highly successful cryptocurrency projects. We have a vision of building a collection of platforms and products that will be the leading way that people interact with the blockchain in the future. And we think that a product that allows users to easily and quickly get involved in the blockchain ecosystem and invest as little as $1 into a collection of cryptocurrency assets is the first step in that vision. If anyone would like to come and speak to us about our vision more, we welcome you to come along. And it's been a long session. I think people have been sitting down for about 2 hours. So the good news is it's a coffee break now, and you get to have some food. Thank you.
네, 수고해 주신 뱀부 CEO께